Welcome to Cybercast, decoding today's cyber issues. I'm Alexander Bolova, production lead at GovCIO Media and Research, and today we're previewing our upcoming GovFocus, Zero Trust Enabling the Future Joint Force. Military cyber leaders repeatedly say zero trust is critical, essential, and integral to the Defense Department's Joint All-Domain Command and Control, JADC2, concept. A zero trust approach to cybersecurity helps organizations improve data security, manage users on the network, and facilitate data interoperability, all key components of JADC2. This panel explores how zero trust aids secure communication and data sharing to prepare the joint force for future fights. This GovFocus features two speakers, Scott St. Pierre, Director of Enterprise Networks and Cybersecurity at the U.S. Navy, and Mark Wiggins, Vice President, Defense, Intelligence Community and Systems Integrators, Fortinet Federal. Zero Trust Enabling the Future Joint Force will be available to watch July 27th, but if you're listening today, you get a sneak preview of this exciting GovFocus. So we're going to take today's episode to set the stage for the conversation by listening to some brief definitions of JADC2, Zero Trust, and the role that both play at the Department of Defense. First, we're going to let Michael Hoffman, President of GovCIO Media and Research, introduce our speakers.
In his role, Scott oversees the daily operations of the division that develops policy, validates requirements, and allocates resources to the Navy shore business, enterprise network environment, and Navy cybersecurity. He serves as the Deputy Navy Senior Information Security Officer and the Navy Data Officer. Mark has more than 18 years of experience as a major account manager and business development director with a primary focus on cybersecurity and network defense solutions. Mark is a graduate of the U.S. Naval Academy, and he served in the U.S. Navy as a surface warfare officer.
I think it's important that folks understand what JADC2 is.
Scott St. Pierre, Director of Enterprise Networks and Cybersecurity at U.S. Navy.
It's not a single capability. It's a collection of all of our command and control capabilities that already exist, and the need to use the new technologies to improve our decision-making as we take the fight to the adversary.
With the forefront of JADC2.
Mark Wiggins, Vice President, Defense, Intelligence Community and Systems Integrators, Fortinet Federal.
Moving that forward, very important to help those data sets get from point A to point B to point C to then ultimately be fused with the correct data, tactical data, strategic data, so that shipboard commanding officer and his combat team can make informed decisions. That this Marine Corps data that we are looking to potentially target and fire upon is clean, is good, and my assets have a great shot, or I have to hand it off to somebody with a better targeting solution from an Air Force asset. And that's the ultimately what JADC2 is all about. And the modernization of the network, the increased speeds and feeds that will be required for a JADC2 environment, very important. And that's something that industry is working very diligently on with the help of our friends in the Department of Defense. Obviously, this is a very high priority, and we look forward to continuing to support them in that regard.
Zero trust is a concept. It has 45 principles and 45 activities, and it's how we actually execute cybersecurity and changing that culture. At its base, it's trust no one and trust no thing. With the advent of the Internet of Things, we are now connecting new capabilities that had never been connected to networks previously. And as a direct result of that, we now need to figure out how to better secure our capabilities across the broad spectrum, but also understand that no single solution or capability will deliver zero trust.
Zero trust plays a large part in JADC2, echoing what Scott just mentioned. Not only from a cross-domain solution set with identity management to help enable mission planning and execution, but also to provide in near real time the data required for theater commanders to execute mission and long-range fires to help defeat their enemy in theater.
What we're doing now with things like JADC2 is we're taking a step back and looking at it at the enclave level and the platform level, as opposed to just at the individual system level. Now, it's, again, critical that we lock down individual systems, but we have to take that broader perspective at the enclave and platform level such that we understand exactly how those systems interact. And JADC2 is focused heavily on the integration of our various command and control capabilities today, so they're synonymous. When you integrate cybersecurity, the systems, the enclaves, and the platforms, and you integrate our C2, you improve combat effectiveness by bringing those capabilities to bear together.
A key component of JADC2 is the data piece, which I know the chief data officers across all services have been working to codify and stratify those data sets for that interoperability effect for long-range fires, and also to complete mission success and execution against our adversaries.
If you like what you heard, you can register for this GovFocus by going to our website, GovCIOmedia.com. Until then, that's all for today's Cybercast. If you like what you heard, please leave a review and a 5-star rating on the podcast platform of your choice. We'll be back in 2 weeks with a brand new episode, but until then, I'm Alexander Bolova. Thank you for listening. Cybercast, along with GovCast and HealthCast, is a production of GovCIO Media and Research. For more podcasts and to check out the other shows, head to GovCIOmedia.com. Watch out for new episodes released every Tuesday and Wednesday across our shows. You can follow all of them on your favorite podcast platform. And if you like what you heard, make sure to let us know by leaving a review. And if you have any topics you think we should look into, contact us at newsletter@govcio.com.